This is a rare sight. A Turkish gullet under full sail. This looks really cool.
In this episode, we learn the names of all the local turtles in Akbuk anchorage, returning no less than 4 times. When we do escape, we head to Oren to restock before having a slight run-in with the local authorities. After a week in this beautiful anchorage, it's time to move on. We're heading south today. We've only got about 8 miles to go, and we're going across to the south side of the Gokova Gulf. And that's how you know we've been in one place for too long, when the log won't spin. So it doesn't take much, it gets a tiny bit of growth on it and it stops spinning. So I was going to jump in the water and get it cleared up.
Okay.
All good?
Yeah, all good. Oh.
We lost the pin in our anchor brake. It's annoying, it's the second one we've lost. We're going to have to tie better knots or check the knots more regularly. Luckily, we've still got a spare. Found the replacement?
Yeah, found the replacement.
The only problem with our replacement pin is it's not quite the right size. So when we get home, we have to order some new ones. It's much easier to order things when you've got a home address. So for the 6 months we're back home, we're going to get a lot of parcels. And then we're coming back with probably no clothes, just boat parts. I'm pretty sure that place was somewhere you could stay for a long time. It's just really comfortable. Lots of turtles, the water was clear. You could anchor about 5 meters of water, so you felt really safe. You had good holding in all directions, a bit of protection from the wind, good dinghy parking. The only thing it's lacking is like a little supermarket. It had some little local ones, but they were pretty expensive because it's a holiday place.
I'm a dressed on marina.
There's the warship still. There's a turtle right there.
We're back where we started. We went out there, it was pretty unpleasant, pretty bumpy. The wind was not from where we're expecting it to be. We just don't need that right now. So we are going to spend 2 more nights here and go straight to Oren, and then we'll commit to going to the other side of Gekova when the weather is more suitable. That's right, a couple of days of instant coffee, unwind after the last disaster of 6 or 7 hours of trying to fix this thing. Get out the hammer. No, just kidding, that's just to get the pin out the bottom. And it appears to be making coffee. I'm not going to argue, just going to put it back together again and see how we go.
It's really windy, so it's gusting. And when the gusts come, the boat just takes off. You've got to really hold on. It's crazy. I can't believe how much force there is in it. There's more force now than when we're sailing, and we swim behind the boat when we're sailing. And we're out of here. We are due for a pump out, so we're heading to Oren, starting a bit early this morning, so we get around there before the westerly winds come into play, which will be right in front of us. And there.
Check it out! Day 2 of the coffee machine still producing coffee.
So at this stage, all we can summarise is that Al spent 8 hours trying to fix his coffee machine. And the whole time, we just had a part in the wrong way. Is that what we think?
I think that's what it was. The videos are a bit hard to tell. Still tastes like WD-40, but I'm expecting that to slowly dissipate. One of the screws was absolutely corroded into just a ball of, and it was, I couldn't drill it out. Well, I did drill it out in the end, but man, it was hard to drill out. Got replaced with a nice new one now.
The coffee machine lives to fight another day.
Yes, go Jura! We are trying to leave Akbuk again. This is such a cool anchorage that we're leaving. Akbuk. There's a lot less boats than there were moored mid-moored along this southern wall, but the anchorage that we just left is as busy as ever. Really strong, like 30 knot, 32 knot, probably katabatic winds or something similar last night, and we just felt so rock solid there in 8 meters of water. I've still got a bet with my friend John about who's going to catch the first edible fish.
Hang on. John's caught something.
What?
John caught something.
Oh, he's not eating himself though.
He caught himself.
You got a hook in his leg, unfortunately. But I don't blame the bet. I blame the hook. So the line's obviously out. I'm giving him a fighting chance by not putting out 300 hooks like I normally do. Look at today. Oh, I think we're going to be getting into the open too much.
We're almost there. It was a quick little motor down the coast, only about an hour and a half. We now just have to go alongside the marina to pump out our black water.
Sense of deja vu here. This is the only pump out station east of Bodrum. Pretty quiet one, but it has to service the entire Gokova Gulf. It's been just over 2 weeks, so we're popping in for another one. Main marina itself seems very calm, but the pump out station is really exposed to the swell. So we'll see how we go. Oh yeah, it's nasty air, isn't it? Yeah, they've got nothing. Well, we got called in by the marina office, which was nice, but the chap wants us to wait until this yacht's filled, unfortunately. Other great thing about Oren is it's a very, very well fended wharf, probably because of this really annoying surge, but of course you can see we're riding so much nicer than the monohulls do and are. We've put a lot of our own fenders as well. Yeah, take no risks.
We found a good spot to anchor here. The challenge here, especially for catamarans, is it's quite deep. So we're anchoring at about, wow, we managed to find a patch of 16 meters, which is actually rather shallow for around here. We are close to swimming buoys, not too close though. So there may be some people that swim up and jump off the back of the boat, but that's okay. We've been here before, everyone's friendly. It's a great little spot. You do cop a bit of swell, which we're sort of seeing now, but according to the forecast, that should die off this evening, and the next couple of days should be pretty flat. So if that's the case, we might stay here a day or two. That's the marina that we just pumped out of, and there's the beach. Everyone having a great time. We were talking to one of the local guys here the last time we were here, and they said everyone here has holiday houses. So this is not a place people come for day trips. This is people from the capital of Turkey that own holiday houses here, so it's a really cool sort of place and a very different vibe to other places in Turkey.
Mahi, mahi.
Whoa, really? Do you want the gun?
Hell yeah! Oh, the little garfish, is it? That's what we're chasing, I think.
Al just jumped in the water. It's really clear, so he was going to look at the anchor. We're in about 17 meters, so hopefully he can see it. But he also just saw a decent sized mahi-mahi under the boat. So, guess who's got a gun now? He's off hunting.
I can see the bottom so easily.
Awesome.
Oh, it's amazing. I've never seen a mahi-mahi in the water before. It wasn't very big, but definitely edible. It's a great spot. It's probably going to be a bit rolly, but Oren's a cool town. So many supermarkets, a couple of nice restaurants, lots to look at in terms of the how busy the beach is and stuff.
And we need supermarkets because we're down to, I think, got no fruit and veg left. We have, we've got freezer stuff, so we've got plenty of meat. And there's plenty of pasta and sort of cans of tomatoes and things in the cupboard. We've just seen a whole bunch of sort of medium-sized fish getting chased, which is normally a good sign there's a big fish down there. Guess who's going back in the water? He's found a couple of smaller fish, but not big enough to shoot.
We thought the Coastguard boat was after us, but he's actually driving around telling everyone to get back inside the swimming buoys, which is really quite impressive, I suppose.
Just had a visit from the Coastguard. Not unusual in Turkey, it does happen time to time. Unfortunately, they were happy with all our paperwork, which is good because you're never quite sure what's going to happen. But they have asked us to move into slightly deeper water, which isn't great because it's really deep here. And anchoring, you don't really want to be in that sort of depth of water. So we're going to start the engines up and move forward a bit just to get out of the way. It's interesting because last time we were here, everyone was a lot closer than we are now. So, oh well, got to do what they say. So we'll just go out into slightly deeper water. We've re-anchored. The anchor's probably now at about 19 or 20 metres of water, which unfortunately is a little bit too deep for Al to be able to check it. He tried, but no joy. The Coastguard has moved all the other boats as well. It's funny, we've been here a few times and this is the first time we've seen the Coastguard. They were very pleasant though.
Now.
I think so.
CPO probably as well. But that worked, that's pretty much all the cable we've got.
What'd you put out?
70. Goodness me, we haven't left much in the locker for contingencies tonight. Chosen to re-anchor. Just weren't feeling it back there. To be honest, we haven't moved a huge distance, but we've got the anchor in 5 metres, probably 5 metres shallower depth now. Somewhere we know is sand because we've anchored here before. We've put out a little bit more cable so that we get a better night's sleep.
So what happened is we got a whole lot of big wind gusts and the anchor alarm started going off, but it wasn't continual, it was really slow, so we kept really slowly moving, almost tea-leafing, which normally means that the anchor's moving but ever so slowly, so it's almost hard to tell whether it's actually moving or not, or whether the cable's just getting stretched out longer. So out of an abundance of caution, we decided to re-anchor in a slightly shallower spot with a bit more cable. We backed right down in it, so we're pretty sure it's nicely set this time. And we'll closely monitor it just to make sure we're going to be okay, because there's some big gusts coming through. But hopefully that'll mean we'll get a better night's sleep and the anchor alarm won't go off because we'll still be at anchor. Our quick provisioning stop in Oren is done. We pumped out yesterday. Got some groceries, got another load of groceries this morning, and we're out of here. The anchorage in here has turned into really rolly and quite uncomfortable, so it's not a nice place to stay. If it was flat like last time we were here, we might have stayed a few nights, but to be frank, when it's yuck like this, you don't really want to stay. So we are out of here. Destination a little bit unknown, somewhere on the south side of the Gokova coast. There's a few anchorages out there that look really good that we want to hit. It's just a matter of where the wind takes us as to which one we hit today.
This is a rare sight. A Turkish gullet under full sail. This looks really cool.
It didn't work.
No, it's a bit too busy for us, especially in this wind.
Yeah, it's got quite gusty and it's all men mooring, so there wasn't any spots we could squeeze into. We're not the only ones, there's another 2 or 3 boats that were going around looking for spots and couldn't find any. So we're probably going to go back to Akbuk tonight.
Narrow friend.
We tend to like. It's free swinging, it's super safe, there's tons of room. And then we'll get up early tomorrow, motor across because at that time in the morning there won't be any wind, and hope that we can find a spot because it looks unreal. Like it looks like a sort of spot you could spend a few days going around, doing some spearfishing and just exploring.
Yeah, it looks like a really good stand-up paddleboarding spot, and
yeah,
spearfishing and all sorts.
And it's gorgeous. There you go. I've just been out snorkeling, hanging out with the turtles because here they're amazing, and I felt that unfortunately all too familiar sting And then I saw this. That is how I react to things. So I've always reacted quite badly. So hopefully there won't be too many others on me. I can feel a couple more, but hopefully they're the worst ones. Jumped out of the water. Not much you can do about it. Is Al's still in there playing with his turtle friends? Turtle Al. Turtle Al. It's really picked up. The wind's only coming to about 15 knots, but there is quite a bit of a swell. Must really be building through this gulf as it narrows. We had all the lines out and ready. You were so ready to med more.
Well, I reckon
disappointing.
What? I reckon if we prepare too early, we get stimmy. We get to the last minute.
Our theory is always we can just prepare at the last minute, whereas I'm the opposite. I want to do it well and truly ahead. So his theory is I got the lines out too early and therefore I jinxed us and there was no squats.
My fishing's going bad. I'm going to put everything we've got out in one go. I haven't done the maths, but I reckon I've probably got about 20 hooks trailing behind us at the moment. I've just connected everything we've got and lifted it all out in the handline. It's going to be a nice downwind, Genoa only run to Akbuk.
Someone's had to give up for the day because we're almost there. Where's the fish, Al?
It looks like I've got 7 sprats and a slightly bigger sprat. No, sorry, 5 sprats, 3 tiny squid and a slightly bigger sprat, all swimming in exactly the same direction. I wasn't kidding when I said I put out everything I have. Look at that.
Welcome back to Akbuk. Does it look familiar? It's pretty close to where we're trying to go, but we just could not fit in there. So I thought we'd come here for a night and then head over there again, maybe a bit early in the morning, maybe before the charters, maybe before the gullets get in there, so we have a better chance of finding a spot.
What are you doing, Dick?
We've come home.
What can I say? I like Akbuk.
There's a Turkish frigate in the bay and it's been here for about a week. Now we're not sure, but rumour has it that just near English Bay is where the President's summer residence is. And when the President's there, they clear out that bay, they kick all the sailors out, even the ones that are anchored a bit further out. And there's a Turkish warship on station. So that would explain this guy.